Welcome to Planet Pert, where you could get in free, but you gotta be a G. And like a Newport short in a Louisiana parish jail, I ain't got no filter.
So yeah, man. So now that we done got into football, Pert, man, speak your mind on what happened this weekend.
Oh man, it was
and I know you finna go on your Saints Drew Brees
we got lucky.
love fest real quick. So what you thinking, brother?
First of all, it was actually a trash weekend of football because LSU lost. I know it meant actually Pat is a big fan of LSU as well.
That was the upset.
That wasn't upset, but that was bad coaching too at the same time, and poor execution. I actually watched that game. I'm a big LSU fan. Like I'm gonna give it to you, Rob. We're gonna go to college and we go, and I.
What's up, man?
I still say they shouldn't have got rid of Les Miles, man. But that's my opinion on that. But
he put the coin too much.
You think so?
Yeah.
I thought he was aggressive though.
He was aggressive.
I thought he didn't. Because he didn't have any quarterbacks.
Two championships.
Why did they get rid of him? Let's go back. Let's go to the root of it. Why did they even get rid of him?
Let's go back before Les Miles.
Why do you think? Why do you think they got rid of him?
Well, he messed up on the championship game with Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
He kept Jefferson in this whole time when run the same play call
He
over.
that.
When you had the what's his name, Lee, that had an arm, and put him in the game. We didn't get past the 50-yard line the whole game.
Why didn't we get?
All right, so let me ask you this.
Why did we
get
rid of Nick Saban though? That was my.
No, he left to go. He went to the NFL.
Yeah, he did. You ain't gonna turn down on the Dolphins. Remember, he went to the Dolphins.
He went to the Dolphins for a year, right?
Yeah, but let's be honest though. Like LSU was Les Miles, so therefore he ain't gonna get fired off of one game.
True.
Why did he really get fired?
I think
it was 2 or 3 failing seasons.
It was, and also he
Back to back.
wasn't
I mean, let's be honest. Like you're right. I mean, at these days. You got a major program. You don't got that many seasons to lose before they start.
Bama started taking the big Louisiana talent.
Okay, but why?
That's true. That is true.
But think about it, if you're a kid.
I mean, Bama takes every talent. They take Texas talent.
But before Saban was at Bama, LSU was taking all the Louisiana talent.
Yeah, they was.
But you got to remember, if you're a 7-year-old kid and Saban pulls you to office and says, count the rings, where you gonna go?
Yeah. That's true.
I
mean, I don't think anyone can ever blame them.
Yeah. You can't.
And I mean, I think that comes to the territory. Like the most success as a coach, regardless, you're gonna automatically draw in the most players.
Can't get into.
I mean, look at Duke basketball. You know what I mean?
You never got into college.
I think it's because I never really had an allegiance with college. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
it's exciting.
I never really.
I like it better than NFL personally.
You talked about that. You actually mentioned that last week.
What do you mean? Why? Let's talk about it.
I just think more heart.
Okay.
Less diva.
Well, yes, because you're trying to get to the NFL.
Yeah,
they're
it's
playing
more
for
heart,
something.
less diva.
Yeah.
The fans are more hardcore.
Definitely.
You could be down by 30 with 7 minutes left and come back in college.
Peyton Manning did that. Peyton Manning did that against Tampa Bay.
I've never seen anything like college when it comes down. Yes, but
fourth quarter comeback.
But this is every week. You can watch somebody go at halftime down 31.
Nah, it depends on who. You
can watch.
Who? So, I'm saying who. Who every week though?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, who?
But it's not the same team every week.
Yeah, because I'm saying like you still got playing people like Bama where your starting quarterback ain't even seen the fourth quarter of the season.
That's true, but that team
is crazy.
But also Bama has the easiest schedule this year. They haven't played anybody.
True.
They haven't played anybody yet.
That's true.
I mean, yeah, they would. Didn't they go undefeated until Auburn?
I don't.
No, that year did they go undefeated?
Yeah. Until yes,
Mm-hmm.
but they can lose 1 game, 2 games. They can lose 3 games, and they'll still dump them in the championship game.
Not with the playoffs this year.
Bullshit.
No, I'm saying they got playoffs.
Yeah, the playoffs.
You have to make it now.
Georgia's looking tough though.
That's what I'm saying. You have to make it. They can knock off 2 or 3 and get you in the playoffs, but you got to make the championship.
Yeah. No, not with the playoffs.
I actually had LSU go in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, to even make the you talking about the coaches poll?
At 5-0,
you talking about that poll, the rankings?
Dude,
they dropped to 15, I think.
I mean, but it was the SEC team.
At 5-0, LSU had a 1 to 6% chance of winning and making the playoffs. 6% at making, 1% at 5-0.
Strength of schedule and score too, right?
Yeah, they have a strong.
No, I mean, of course you don't, but it's still the format. Though.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That shit is so bro. Even Obama was mad at. He's like, y'all need to change that shit. Y'all need.
That's why they introduced playoffs to try to get. Eventually, to try to get rid of that.
That system is still unfair too, though.
Yeah.
Well, of course, yes, because the playoff teams are still picked by the same system.
There's so many teams. I don't think you can have like a real legit.
Exactly. There's extremely more colleges than you have NFL teams, so it's not like you can always get like a.
It's pretty close.
How do you measure that your team is better than mine when most of the time when you have a 15-0 Patriots and they play the 0-15 Browns,
but that's why I said
the Browns are formula, fam. The Browns are come
like
through
the whole CPS poll. You can read about how they do it.
But
you can read it, bro.
When you had the Warriors at 70, 79 and whatever, the Lakers beat them that year.
What I'm saying is
the Lakers are trash that year.
There is an answer to your questions before you even compare them to the Lakers and all that. You can actually read how they come up with those rankings. Now, you can still debate on if it's right or wrong, but here's a formula to decide where those numbers come in. You're looking at, I mean, they give certain points for strength of schedule. Then you got this reason why Alabama keeps running the score up, because at the end of the day, when you have both teams with 2 records, they're going to look at how many points you beat your opponent by. So it does come down to that too. So I'm saying there's a lot of different categories on why they even get their rankings versus NFL teams and just wins or losses.
So it's really all
now, do you like it? No, right? And that's why they want to introduce the playoff system, because the whole thing sucks. But at the same time, it's still a specific formula that they use.
Essentially, Trey, you're right. It's a math problem. It's a big.
You shouldn't have math in football, fam. Like I think you're right. Ultimately, it should come down to wins and losses, and they should probably switch it up on wins and losses, and then, like you said, do your division champions or your conference, and then let them go to other conferences, and then play it off. But at the same time, just like the NFL argument, you don't want to. How many games do you truly want to have in the season?
Man, more games the merrier, because they're making
player health.
They're making big. This is college.
No, I'm looking at.
Nobody gets paid.
No, I'm not talking about pay. I'm not talking. That has nothing to do with it. What I'm saying is the argument that players have when you have like Thursday night games and 16-year seasons is your health. So what I'm saying is when you're trying to protect the integrity of the college game, how many games do you truly want to pack in a season?
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I'm saying.
When it's all about
forget the pay. We ain't worried about that.
They don't get it, but but do you think they care about these kids' health?
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about does it make sense to even do it? That's what I'm saying. When you're saying why not do it, does it make sense when you're looking at why do you want to add that many games in a season?
There's extra football games. There's
play football and answer that next.
Well, I did play football.
No, I'm saying if you do now and you're actually going through that duel, you don't.
Well, they have to end the college season revolving around the NFL, don't they? They have to finish the college playoffs before the NFL playoffs.
Well, bowl games start at the beginning of the year, which is because
they're well into
bowl games
January.
Bowl games.
They're throughout the playoffs, right?
Yeah, and the Super Bowl is a month later.
Because they're mostly played on Saturday,
and that's the reason why we don't have Saturday a lot of Saturday,
or at least like
football is really really good because the professional and the college, they don't interfere.
That's true.
Like it's the
same system.
All right, so
y'all watch Ballers? Nobody watch.
I used to.
It's not just a TV show. Like that.
Season 3 sucks.
It's insight.
I like the first season.
But what was your point though, Trey?
I don't know.
Y'all tripping? Y'all think that's how shit really goes?
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
towards the Steelers. I believe that the pro game is the highest. It's the highest in strategy. A lot of times with college, and maybe it's just because I was there, like when I went to college, I had like a Heisman Trophy winner. I had the LaDainian Thomas, and that dude really could run. And then like I had nobody after that, because then after that, the cupboard was bare. And so like I saw college football on both spectrums, and it was like really and truly, if it's done right, it's a 3-year job interview.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And for me, like I really hate it just because there's really no one and done. It's like, if you're really that good, man, like you still gamble. You're still gambling. And like, I'm not even going to get into the whole thing, are they going to get paid or are they not going to get paid? Because like, I don't really care. Frankly, if you're going to take those hits, man, I hope you're getting a stipend, brother. But like,
or at least some type of protection.
Thank you.
I would say at least some type of protection. Let's say if you like get injured in college, I think there should be like some guarantee. I mean, definitely the scholarship, but still
you can get hurt and lose that scholarship though, and that's what
you mean.
That's what
you signed for them 4 years, bro.
To a certain degree, it depends on how high your SAT score is.
Yeah, like
let me just tell you that, because I know some people that got to get that semester of academia and they couldn't keep up the GPA and they were probably already on probation.
Yes, but so you don't keep up the GPA, right? Which, if you're playing and you're the number one guy, you don't keep up the GPA. Wow. How does that work? So you can lose those scholarships based upon performance, not just on the field, but off the field as well, because they can find a loophole to not.
I don't even think it's a loophole. Yeah, I mean it's legit. Like you have to.
It's a loophole. It's a loophole. The reason why I say it's a loophole, because if you're the number one guy and you're not going to class, like they'll take. You could cheat, basically. Let me get back into
the day. That's what you have to have a certain GPA.
Yes, but nigga, the coach will talk to the fucking teacher. We've all seen this firsthand.
No, what I'm saying, you're saying is,
I know you're saying that it's kind of like the.
I've seen this firsthand.
I know. But it is.
No one's arguing with you, bro. Calm down. No one's saying you're wrong.
He's just trying to argue, huh?
No, I was trying to go.
No, it's because the first contract you really sign is signing day. Like that's why they put you on there so that everybody can know. All right, this is now the new meal ticket. Everybody get around, vultures.
But there's two ways to force the players out, right? There's
first of all, like, okay, you're talking about the scholarship to go to school. It's not scholarship to play football.
Understand
you got that school scholarship. So I'm saying the players choose to sometimes transfer or quit or whatever.
Because they're not going to let them play.
You're still eligible for 4 years of school. So you losing a scholarship is not what happens. Because you're cut from the team, but still, when you sign, you're still guaranteed. They don't say, okay, you got hurt, we're not going to pay for your school no more. That's still a scholarship, the name scholar, not an athletic money thing. Right. I'm paying you to play football.
It's an athletic scholarship. If you're not okay,
scholarship, like the word scholar.
Nigga, you think Shaq really had a 4.0?
You said you have to have do you have to have a 4.0?
A 3.0?
Do you have to have a 3.0?
A 2.2?
I didn't.
Like a wow.
You know what I mean?
I graduated college
You just have to have the bare minimum, bro. You don't have to be 4.0.
Because, like, you know, he's an LSU guy, right?
Shaq.
And she was like, man, fuck Shaq for a long time.
I got you, bro. I'm not.
Speaking of Shaq, LeBron. I don't know how that has to do anything with Shaq, but
what did LeBron do now?
Oh,
no, his debut.
No, I just wanted to talk about LeBron debut. Did anybody blushing. See that? You know. But
no, man, it's not even the regular season yet.
I'm just talking about the debut. How excited are you for basketball going into the new season?
Let me tell you what I'm excited about. Is more like James Harden with that. Is it a travel? Man. Is it a behind the back? Is it a set?
And my man said tag me, and they tagged me in the video where they say it's not. Like they explain why it's not.
Man, it's so dirty that I just want him just to try it and just see if anybody just dare him to call it. Dare him as the reigning MVP.
So
I really think there's a lot more studying he does to make sure it's not traveling that weed.
Man, I'm sure he already paid somebody to come on in and just watch him do it like 500 times.
Yeah, you practice your travel, is it not?
But I'm confused on whether travel is nowadays in the NBA anyway, because you're allowed so many freaking steps nowadays. Like if you hit the drop step with the dribble, like there's so many.
Is your name Russ?
I think what I'm thinking is what you're saying is you know what a travel is who do they call it for?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's almost like we know what a foul is, but who do they call these mostly fouls on? Is it just it's the
Patrick Ewing used to travel a lot.
What I'm saying is we know the rules.
Isn't it weird that right now people would rather talk about basketball when we're like in the quarter of the football season? Like, what's really going on?
Well, no, I'm just wondering. I want.
Like, no, it's not even just us. Like, between the boycotts, people over burning up their DirecTV and all that stuff. Like over the past years, like we've been ignoring that the ratings are going down. But I think even though
there's not a lot.
Well, I want to say I think I can answer that.
Okay.
Because what I'm thinking is, well, one, basketball does have a little bit more drama. You know what I mean? And
not the past couple of years, though.
Huh?
They have
no. I'm saying like, and what I mean like drama. We're looking at like this is like a new era of like a player signing with players and players making their decisions and contracts and going to team. So it's like it's more stuff to pay attention for because like, I mean when the trade deadline comes up in basketball. Yeah. You waiting, you know, or when they can finally sign players after the draft, or you know whatever, like when like you know the dateline when they can finally start signing players, you're really like waiting. Football, you kind of don't move unless you got your position taken and or
contract up.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like there's way more type of stuff to pay attention to in basketball. Then on the other hand, it's like
hand that championship over to the Warriors.
See,
no.
Is it the Warriors? Because here's the deal. Here's the deal about basketball.
And I think that's why a lot of people are more interested, like you to what you're saying.
I believe that sports, all popular sports, rather even if you love soccer, man. I know some people who do, right? Like I myself, it's way too much field. I'd rather watch rugby, but that's my own.
Yeah.
Right?
We need to catch one of them rugby games here.
I don't even know what rugby is.
All right, so here's the deal with rugby, cool, and then I'm going to leave it alone. All right, so it's football without the pads, and it's soccer. It's just as much running as soccer.
It's like soccer
and here's
and football.
the reason why I think it's one of the best sports, because it's a contact sport like football.
It's like the UFC version of football.
Well, it's offense and defense at any given time.
Right.
Like it's a running clock. So like if you're hurt, you just got like mollywopped. Yeah. Like you get the fuck back up. It's time to play defense. Right. And like to be honest, like shout out to my homegirl Elena, who's the best rugby player I've ever seen. And yeah, she's a girl, man. Best rugby player I've ever seen.
Is she thick or is she?
No, man, like she's for real, dude.
I don't know, like have you seen
she can.
What's
like,
the dude that they took from rugby and tried to in the
shout out to you because you might be
burning everybody.
You probably could fuck me up.
I forgot what his name is. It was a dude who was burning everybody in rugby, and they want to see him in the NFL.
All right, so here's the deal about translating rugby into football, man. It can't happen, and here's the reason why.
I don't think has been successful.
No rugby players used to just standing around that long. Like if you ever actually go see a game, and like I'm not saying I've been to a lot of them, but if you ever go see a game, it's a whole bunch of starts and stops, right? And so like
it's like soccer, right?
Yeah, but like in rugby, it wasn't enough time to start and stop. It was about I'm getting my ass kicked. I gotta get back up, or there was a penalty, and then like you had to get into a scrum.
Hockey kind of comparison to more closer to hockey. Do you feel like that?
It's three. You could blend all three of them together though.
I mean, like I
that's true. Hockey,
but like
football.
No, I'm saying like what I'm saying is when I ask about the comparison, it's like when you get knocked down, you gotta hurry up and get back up.
You gotta hurry up and get back up because
then hockey, because you could get your fucking teeth knocked out.
And rugby too, right?
No, I'm saying. That's
what I'm saying. Yeah, the comparison works.
No, it's not even like a toughness thing. It's just like a speed of the game.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like you were saying, the toughness part. Like everybody talks about like hockey is so tough, and then you ain't seen rugby when this ain't got no pads. Hockey you still wearing pads.
Australian rules football, man. I saw those dudes. They jump a lot. See, like in rugby, you're not supposed to leave your feet. And in Australian rules football, like they'll hit you up in the air. And
the lingerie league.
I'm not about that, man. You hurt, like yeah. I caught it.
Yeah. The lingerie league.
Yeah, I thought it was Lil Uzi over there for me. Yeah.
Well, because I felt exactly what you're saying. But like what I was saying about the NFL is like we got two ties, right? Oldest franchises. We got the Minnesota Vikings. We got Green Bay Packers.
And we got
Steelers.
We
got the Browns.
Quarterback in history, Drew Brees in New Orleans that just passed.
All right.
The number one passing, not only completion and completion percentage, but just passed up Peyton Manning for the most yards ever.
You want to know why I say Drew Brees is better than Ben Roethlisberger, even though he has
Ben Roethlisberger? Why would you compare him?
It's because he didn't rape anybody. I
love Ben Roethlisberger. Because he won me 2 championships in my life.
Why would I ask that when I'm right? Okay.
No, because that dude, like.
Are we gonna talk about the rapes or not?
Are
we just gonna sit up here and Bill Cosby this nigga and put him on the pedestal? Give this nigga fucking.
It was one of the strangest things how even with the story,
get the fuck out of here, man.
Like Ben Roethlisberger during his grimy days. Like, that dude needed to get married so that he could settle the fuck down.
All right, man.
His image was fucked. But Drew Brees, man, like, you know what? I remember when he was in San Diego, man, and I remember LaDainian Tomlinson and him and Antonio Gates. I remember them.
Yeah,
they were going the fuck off.
And
then I remember him getting hurt, and everybody was just kind of like writing that dude off, and like, for real.
Yeah.
Like, and like, even when he came down, yeah, it was post-Katrina, all that business and all that. But nobody really expected Drew Brees to be...
No, I knew little about it. I'm not going to lie to you. I knew little about it.
To pass up Dan Marino?
Well, like you said, in the perfect system, like look,
Perfect
what I'm
system.
saying is just like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Like when you got like a Steph Curry with the Warriors, when you have the green light,
Right.
you never thought that the 3-pointing person would ever be beat. But then when you give someone the green light to shoot whenever you want to shoot,
Right.
Yeah.
then you're gonna
40
the
feet
record's
out.
gonna pass. So like when you got a system where Drew Brees is gonna pass, and I mean, let's be honest, like a lot of his passing yards could be rushes, but the fact that he kind of screen, you know what I mean, the screen pass and the running back actually does most of the work. So it's like, you know what I mean, yak yards versus
right.
You know, whatever.
Yak's always.
So it's like, I mean, but
Yaks
just
help
like,
the quarterback.
but you also can say the same thing for Kurt Warner because he had the greatest show on turf when you had Marshall Faulk as a running,
Everybody
pretty
can
much
catch.
an Alvin Kamara type of person, like a catch and a run guy. So when you have that type of offense where your running back can be a receiver and he can be a, you know what I mean, you're going to have some
expectations, and we'll get off football. We'll switch it up.
Oh yeah, we got. I got this.
Because like I was
Go ahead.
No.
Keep going.
I want to go expectations.
I got
right?
you.
Yeah.
Who you got, man? Super Bowl predictions.
Ooh, that's tough.
right now?
That's tough.
On week 5.
That is tough.
On week 5.
Man.
No, we're
That's
all right.
tough.
Quarter of the season.
Yeah.
Super Bowl predictions.
You know what?
AFC, NFC. Do we have to go with each side? Or do
Give
we
me
get the same
the
one person
championship.
there?
Give me the championship game. I'll make
Yeah.
it easier.
Tough.
Let's make it easy.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
biased,
gonna
so-
really say that. All right, and then because I'm gonna play it out in my head. All right,
Okay.
so like let's just go over to the AFC side championship game. I say that Andy Reid can get over to the championship game against Belichick.
Okay.
Belichick will still spank him just because Andy Reid will never. He will never
You know what?
win his own ring after Donovan McNabb decided to just.
I do want to
T.O.'s
see.
life. He ruined T.O.'s life.
I want to see. Yes,
If
he did.
we ever go
But look-
back to that, he ruined T.O.'s life. So Andy Reid will never get
I don't want to go. We're not,
But yeah, we're not going to go there.
All
But
right.
yeah, no, but
So NFC
on
would be
topic,
there.
no, on topic, because I don't want to argue with you. What I'm saying is, I do want to see what happens when Gordon wakes up. When Josh Gordon and him finally start clicking, I want to see how that team is going to be
All right,
with that.
so-
NFC.
But yeah, I don't think I can argue with the Patriots and the Chiefs right now.
So
Are the Bears in
Patriots,
the Bears in the NFC, right?
That defense.
Yes.
I'm
If you're
going.
gonna
I'm
name
going
one.
Bears Saints. NFC Championship game. Rematch of 2006.
Yeah,
2000.
when,
Only reason I say so is because that Bears fucking defense with the Mac on the sideline. I'm telling you right now, bro. Have you seen what they've been doing to teams?
I don't think it's an argument right now because they're one of the best things.
But I'm going with the top O
Yeah.
and the top O and the top D.
Here's the
'Cause
deal
we're-
about
I don't
the
give a damn.
NFC.
We're top
Here's
O
the
in
deal
the
about the
NFC.
NFC.
We're
The problem
averaging like
is,
40 points a
I
game.
don't think you have the offensive firepower at Chicago to even compete with anyone.
No, they have too many weather games.
Trey, I'll see you in a couple weeks.
It's too many.
I'm coming
weather
over here
games.
too. You
It's
got
too
the
many
you got
weather
the
games.
package, right?
No, we turned.
Oh,
on
you don't
that.
got the pack. Oh, you
No,
got.
dude, we
Well,
turned
let's
off the package.
well let's stream it then.
Because I wanted the faster internet, and I got it.
Disclaimer:
Okay.
I do not stream illegally.
I'm not gonna lie.
Disclaimer.
I haven't been following the NFL this year.
Yeah, I know. You told me that.
See, that's another thing.
I
Damn, the only white person in the room. He's
I-
actually not watching the fucking
Speak on it.
NFL,
I
man.
just-
You bring your
'cause Trey
Nikes?
said-
Did you
Trey-
bring your
Trey-
fucking
Trey-
Nikes?
I'm
Trey
wearing
asked
Nikes.
Trey asked that question like when he brought up like the other political stuff
Here's
going on
my
with the
thing.
NFL and stuff.
It's like
so I want to know too.
Last
does
year-
that
last
happen?
year I
Yeah,
started-
we can do it. Let me just preface myself by saying I love the Steelers so much that I got them tattooed on my spine,
Okay, man.
son. So
Now,
like,
let this man.
we love
I
the
want to go on
NFL.
his rant.
Now
okay.
go.
Here's my thing.
Because I was like,
First of all,
I want to know what you feel like is the reason why
It's
why
too much.
you're
Like,
not
back
watching
to
it,
drama.
but also a
It's
lot of
like
people.
it's just turned too much fucking drama. It's like
It stopped being about sports.
it's not been about sports.
Okay.
It's like
okay,
I don't care who takes a knee.
Yeah.
okay.
I don't care who burns Nikes.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
care who wears Nikes.
That's a nice
Facts.
pair,
Stop-
by the way. I'm not
Stop
gonna lie.
fucking like it's like I understand why Cap and
Yeah.
other guys are taking a knee.
Right.
Why is everybody throwing a fit? But not only that, why is the media in the NFL and ESPN egging it on?
I think that's my biggest
Because-
problem.
Let
is
us watch.
ESPN.
Let's watch and enjoy football. We get
Yeah.
away. We watch football to get away from that bullshit. Don't bring it into it. You know what I'm
When
saying?
did
And I think
ESPN get
it's
into that
like
business?
listen. Well, again, that's what I was going to get into, but I'm thinking it's a slippery slope because let's be honest. If there was a point in time where ESPN was just strictly sports, their numbers have to decline for them to start adding that entertainment factor.
I agree.
Right, they're bringing in other things, and they have to add other things. Like they cover, let's go back to when they started having shows where a lot of the personalities mattered. Right, it used to be a news sports station. Right.
Yeah.
Versus now it's like, okay, now you got shows where this person gets to debate this person, and you get to bring on the guest, and you get to actually talk about so many different things other than sports when you're bringing up random
last
topics.
Season,
just
it's
like
because,
we're sitting down there doing right now.
Last season, last NFL, I used to go to the gym in the morning. Now I go to the evenings. But when I was getting ready in the locker room, it'd be on Mike and Mike on ESPN. They would talk more fucking politics than football.
Yeah.
And it kind of just pushed me away from it. It made me not really interested.
Yeah, because you're there for the sports. You want the information about sports.
I don't have the package. I can't watch all the games. Yeah. So I want to tune into ESPN, other sports channels, but they talk more about the bullshit than the sport. So it's kind of like,
but I think too, because when you're looking at entertainment versus just sports and strictly sports and statistics, you have to look at what your viewers are watching and what they want to see.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, well, so if the whole buzz, it's more like buzz. It's more like training. Like, let's be honest. Look at the topics that we come here and choose every day. It's going to be topics that we've caught attention with.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's like when you're looking at the production of a show to keep it on the air, you're going to get the stuff that people, most people want to hear. And so they want to tap into that market of let's bring in other people other than sports fans.
I feel like that's great for one day because it's great for one show.
Yeah.
But next week we not finna talk about the same shit that we talked about because there's always new stuff to talk about. But
sports is every day.
Yeah, but sometimes they highlight the same shit over.
Yeah, because it's still occurring though.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? It's still occurring.
It can turn true fans off because I didn't watch football for 5 years, and it was from 2000 to 2005, and I didn't watch it because they started softening the game up and they started doing and
right. And we got into that, but no, but I'm saying but
here's my thing also. The media hypes it up. I'm gonna give you an example.
Yeah.
I'm the only non-redneck that works in my company. I work for a construction company. They're all rednecks, and some of them have the stupid Confederate flag on their damn trucks. My boss
Does that hold you back?
I ignore it. I get a paycheck, and my boss has even told someone to take that shit off before. But anyways, not one of them gave a fuck about Nike. The media made it seem like people were burning. Not one. Like, actually, most of them were like saying people are actually burning their shoes they paid money for.
Right.
They're like, I don't give that. And most of them didn't really care if Kaepernick took a knee.
No.
Some did. Don't get me wrong. Some did. But most people didn't.
They didn't know who Kaepernick was. They didn't care about him because
it's ESPN and the media that made it sound worse than what it is.
Because remember when he was sitting,
didn't even know
when he was,
I didn't know he was black.
I have a moment.
But did anybody pay attention to him when he was sitting before he started taking a knee?
Can I have a moment of truth?
Did anyone care?
No.
No, he got. We knew about it. He got some. But was it as big
was
when
black?
No, a lot of people did.
I thought he was Arab or Indian.
Yeah.
Just based on
he got that good hair.
Based on his nose structure, his skin tone.
Well,
but he's also adopted. Am I wrong?
His parents are white, but he.
Oh, I'm saying he's adopted. Am I right?
Yes. But I did not know that he was actually black, and that's what I was just
I didn't think it was either.
He's black. Like this whole time, I was like,
well, isn't he mixed or something, right? I'm just saying for
I'm
Kaepernick's
but I didn't know whether his father was black, his mother was black. I honestly did not know, man.
But was he ever that big to where you just knew all
he
of his
had
history?
one good year.
He had
one good year, and like
when he went to the Super Bowl,
and like I understand, and like man, I hate to hear that so many people that you're seeing the same thing that I'm seeing, where so many people are turned off of football because right now. Like, I really think that ESPN should have always kept SportsCenter kind of like how NBC does SNL, right?
Okay.
It's a whole new cast. It's a whole, some holdovers to keep it going. But really and truly, like after Stuart Scott and Patrick and everybody started going,
right. Yeah.
Like everybody should have just started filling in the next slot and getting your run on that show.
It's hard to do.
And then when I turned it on, dude, one day, and I saw so much about the flag because now they started showing you the ticker of what's coming up next. And then I saw that it was about the flag and about this and about Colin Kaepernick. I didn't watch it
last year. Anymore. Okay, before last year, they never showed the national anthem except for championship games. Last year, they started showing the national anthem every game.
Just to see.
Do you know why? Because they know people that they know it would draw something.
Real talk. Have you ever just stood up?
Do you know how much?
I'm in my boxers, son.
Do you know how much? Do you know how much money is made off of just drama?
Yeah.
Like you have to add almost because again, like when it comes down to just simple statistics,
you know,
like
we
wins
never
and
saw
losses, and like just sports statistics.
Yeah.
At some point, you get bored.
I
And
respect.
so you want to add a little bit of drama. Now, granted, they kind of, I feel like also like they kind of blew.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing about it is, I respect Kaepernick for what he's doing, but at the same time, I think he started doing it for publicity. I'm not gonna lie. I respect for what he's doing.
So
let me ask you this:
think
personal publicity or publicity of what he's actually trying to put on?
I think it started off as personal, then he got more deep into it.
Because I think he sucked that year. I'm gonna be 100%. I'm gonna be 100 with you niggas right now. I think he fucking sucked. I think he sucked that year. And when you look at when he first started these protests, when he first started posting like the video with the Fidel Castro shirt when he passed away. Okay. When he started posting did you know he taught the black people how to read in Cuba? Did you know he did it? He was spitting facts, but he was trolling at the same time because his ass got benched, and we started making memes about his ass. So we made remember the meme with the Squidward when it was cold outside with the hoodie on and it was like Kaepernick. Oh, yeah. That was the week it all started. You ain't see that meme with the
No, I'm just ready for the X-Files drop. So
okay, we're about to most Jordan. We're about to get into that, but like my whole point is like that week, like when they start memeing him and start making a mockery of him, and he sucked that year. Go look at the year before he got cut, and even the year before he got cut. Go look at his stats that year, bro. Kaepernick was not a good quarterback. I don't even understand why they let him take Alex Smith's place. He was not a great quarterback. I'm talking performance-wise.
Outside of Jim Harbaugh, he was trash.
But they'll bring up a point like, but why is Fitzpatrick still? Because at the end of the day, y'all talk whatever y'all want to talk, but look how Fitz came out this year. Fitz will trick your ass. But
it's not about. It's not even about. I mean, I'm saying you're right.
He'll make you think he's good.
No, I'm not even. Yeah, but that's not the. I see what you're saying, but I think the answer has nothing to do with football. I think it's more like out of everyone who's going to suck, I'm going to pick the guy with less drama.
Was T.O.
because I'm going to, you know what I mean? Like it
is just that because did T.O. retire? Because he was trash?
No, he retired because he burned all bridges.
Okay, and then what happened to the other guy, Chad?
But no, man. Here's the deal. Here's the deal with
Ocho Cinco, right? Right. What happened with him? Same reason, right?
Yeah.
That's why I told you Ballers actually makes sense because what happened with fucking Ricky on Ballers, he get cut from every fucking team.
But what do you think Ballers?
Because it's based upon things that actually happen in the league.
That happens all the time.
I know, but when you get bigger than your ego. They'll humble your ass real quick.
So here's the reason.
It depends on how much money.
And have Ocho going from making $20 million a year to going to the Patriots and making $1 million and still getting cut.
No, he went over to the Patriots for the same reason that we all know Ocho Cinco needed to go to the Patriots. He needed to rehab his interest.
I'm just talking. And I want to transition off of sports, man. And
keep doing your thing, man.
Wait.
Because I mean, Trey still had a point that we all convinced to cut him off from.
All right, man. What the clock at? You got 3 minutes. Go.
All right, 3 minutes. No, like I'm serious. Like 3 minutes. One, because I was looking over at the whole Kaepernick thing.
Okay.
Now that I watched Old Man Ebro drop the fact that there are a lot of people behind him.
Okay.
Who are all part of his now new movement, right?
I got you.
You can all say that, in the beginning I believe that he was pouting. They found him on camera.
Thank you.
They had him on camera. The first week he didn't want to say anything about it. The second week he had talked with his team and everybody had come up with it, and now he's a poster boy, right?
Okay.
I had no problem with any of that, right? No problem with any of that. But now that there are so many people now sustaining the lifestyle, including Nike, who is the sponsor for all of the uniforms, so like not only did they get everybody, they got the biggest person outside of football, outside of Johnny Manziel.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? And so it's like they got that money too. And so in the end, it's just another pawn in the mix, man. Just another pawn in the mix. And like the fact that it's now so bad to where it's divided, man. Me and my brother, we were sitting there, and he didn't really like. I had to tell him so many times what Kaepernick was really doing all this for, because it's gotten lost now. Now we don't know, man. It's because people were getting strangled and getting shot and stuff, just getting the tickets. You know what I mean? And that's what it was really all about. But now it's so much more because ESPN has changed it, right? Nike has changed it, right? Like,
and that's
a whole bunch of PR.
And then look, and again, before we transition, because I really want to, I can't wait to see the comments about his statement as far as I feel like Kaepernick didn't, kind of pretty much got deeper into it after the kneel. Like, it wasn't initially because of what it was, and then now, which I'm not, I just can't wait to see what, because I haven't heard that a lot. I mean, some people, when they are, debated, it's strictly, he never cared at all about it. He just wanted this, and this. And then some people are like, on the other side about it, he really, from the jump, Kaepernick, always this, and this.
I think
which you can be right or wrong about it. That's why I say I can't wait to hear the comments that are going to respond to, like, do you really feel that Kaepernick took the knee because of personal reasons,
I'll be conspiracy.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I want to see the comments on what the people gonna actually respond to, as to see, because I never heard that argument before. I've never heard that before. That you started off going off. Like, let me clear. Make sure it's clear. He started off kneeling because of whatever he personally had, but then he kind of changed it to, or it started off as a vendetta, like Pert said, started off as you getting back at somebody, and then all of a sudden it turned into it's bigger than me thing.
Yes.
Or was it always bigger than me, and we just didn't know about it, and we just, you just sitting here trying to, come up with different reasons why. We never know, but I am definitely interested into seeing why.
Would Kaepernick be relevant to this day if he never took a knee?
Nope.
Exactly.
No, man.
No. But does that say why he's doing it? That's what I'm saying. That's a really good question.
Unaccurate balls.
Right.
High balls. Low balls.
They started pegging him
blue
with
balls, nigga.
They started pegging him with all the stereotypes. He can't learn an offense. Oh, he's a running quarterback.
Oh yeah,
oh, he's not
he did that. When he did the running thing well, but I think he at the end of the day, man, I think he bit off more than he can chew, and he put himself in the predicament to where it was like, oh shit, he's with us. Oh, he's right with us. And when he went to the woke people and he was on their side, they don't. You cannot cross back over the. That's why I tiptoe. Like, I'm woke, but I'm sleep, bitch. I'm like sleep woke.
No. Like, you're just smart. Like, you're not gonna get too on one side.
Because if I
vegan, bro.
Fuck out of here.
I did it for 2 weeks. It's pretty good.
But no, but if you go any other way, then you'll end up fucking over yourself.
Yeah. So now let me ask you this before we go, because this is definitely a good question for everybody, but you don't have to answer. We can just wait for the people to respond. Do you think he would have done it if he were one of the greatest quarterbacks? Not greatest, but like on top of his game at that time, right? Why didn't he take a knee during the Super Bowl?
If he was Black Brady?
Why did he wait?
No, because...
Well, what I'm saying is, when he was on the highest pedestal on the Super Bowl, where he really could have made a statement, when he was actually good, and no one could argue if it was just for publicity, would he still do it?
No.
That's you know what I mean?
We'll let that roll over. But I'm going to tell you why. The checks are too fucking big. The checks are too big.
You don't see too many people that are at the top
the checks are
doing
too big.
what he's doing.
The checks are too
right.
big.
Look at the LeBron James, the Michael Jordans, the top of the league.
LeBron does, and his checks are bigger, but the checks are too big.
How many figures for integrity? Like, how many would you just walk away? Because like y'all all know,
okay,
I had something not too long ago happen to me over, and I was like, should I walk away? And I was like,
no, you'd be a fool, and I would have called you a fool. And the reason why I say LeBron's integrity doesn't have a price tag is because he's the best. And when you are the best, you can't pay me to say I love Trump, right? But when you're not the best, sometimes you got to eat that humble pie, man, and take that $20 million a year and shut the fuck up. And that's because that's bigger than you. Your own ego can't subside. Generations and generations actually living off of what you can do right now, because that's what we live for, right? As parents, as family members, like we would love to this podcast. Like we would love to pop and make a million a piece. A million a piece would be a blessing, right?
100,000.
Shit, $50 in a Popeyes gift card.
Slide me 10 grand on the table with
Like,
no
but
taxes.
If we could get a food sponsor that doesn't have carbs because it's been working.
No, but
I love
that rolls into that, man, and we'll get into our rundown. We'll get into our rundown section because
I can't wait to the
comments.
But
We're not too much
yeah,
over.
of course.